figure it out, and shit, what was the last?
Totally.
I just call it like my catch-up. Catch-up? Catch-up. If you think you're tired of seeing my face right now, it's gonna get worse. Okay, we're back. It's the Christmas season. And, well, I learned a lesson today. Proofread before you post, as the grammar from some AI sources may not be correct. So that's something. Always learning.
Totally.
Yeah. So it's just me today, unfortunately, for the watchers. There's nobody interesting beside me. But I've got some thoughts that I'm going to share. This is the holiday season, and I'm going shopping today. I need to buy a Christmas sweater. I've decided I don't want an ugly Christmas sweater, but I do want something that just says Christmas. So I'm thinking some snowflakes, or I don't know, something with a pattern. I saw my cousin had a nice sweater called the Cowichan sweater, which really isn't a Christmassy sweater, but
it's wintry.
It's wintry. Yeah. It looked nice. So anyways, my least favorite thing to do is shop, but I'm going to do it because I enjoy doing hard things. So, what do we got to talk about today? I can start out actually with my Walper Wisdom and get this out of the way early. And it's about potential. And often in real estate, I'm talking to people and they're like, well, our house has a lot of potential, and they think that their price should be higher as a seller because of the potential. Well, another word for potential is just work. Like, it needs work. And so people don't like to pay extra for potential. If anything, they usually want to pay less when it has that extra potential. And obviously within reason. And the same thing, I think, personally, if people aren't living up to their potential, it usually means because they still need to work on themselves. So when it comes to real estate, when it comes to pricing your property, I got to get to the point here because it's way too long. So my Walper Wisdom for this week is about potential, and potential means work. So potential doesn't make you worth more personally or if you're a house. So my wisdom is, let's just call potential what it is, work. Done.
Slay. Looking back on 2025, was this one of your best years, one of your not so good years?
So overall, 2025 overall year for me, I think was a really good year. Accomplished a lot. I think a lot of growth. The level that I'm at right now in terms of business and what I'm handling on a daily basis is I'm dealing with a lot more today than a year ago. So I've definitely leveled up in terms of what would overwhelm me now is a lot higher than a year ago. So I've pushed through some barriers there. I still got more to do. I'm not there yet, so I'm going to keep working on that. Okay. So, and you know what, physically, personally, I also feel like I leveled up. I've been working out very consistently. I've definitely been eating healthier, and not that I was really eating terrible before, but I liked my treats, and so I've definitely cut out the sugar for the most part.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
With some exceptions. Still working on that. I do not have the visible abs yet. That is still.
So is that a goal you're going to carry?
Oh yeah,
2026?
like first quarter of the year goal. I got to get that one out of the way. That's occupying too much space in my head.
Right.
I feel like
totally.
I just got to do it. And I got a plan, and it's going to happen. It's called zero options mentality.
Okay.
I have no plan B. It must happen. And the other part of it is, I feel like if I, like accomplishing and doing some of these tasks, it gives a higher level of personal confidence when you've tackled some of these tasks or moved through. If I want to increase my business, I also need to tackle some of these clean up these, I don't know, call them messes, but other things. Yeah. So I'm working on that.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. Just trying to figure it out. I think all of us, to a large degree, we're all just trying to figure this out, whatever it is for each of us. And I think admitting that, like that we don't actually need to know what's going on really, but the feeling of progress, what I like about 2025 for me is I feel like I've definitely made progress, and that's rewarding. and positive, even though there's challenges, I push through them, but I've been working on things, I've been seeing results. Definitely giving up that idea that life should get easier when I've embraced the hard and going to the next level and the next after that. That has actually given me a lot more personal satisfaction than trying to make things easy and coasting. And I feel like there's a period over, let's say, the last couple of years previous where I was frustrated and I just wasn't feeling, I didn't have the energy in that, and it was because I was coasting. I kind of got on that like lazy, easy street, and I'm off that street. I'm on a different track right now, and it feels good.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What were your highs and lows for 2025, or just a high and a low?
Well, one thing that I wish I would have been able to do more of in 2025 that I didn't was spend time out at the lake.
Okay.
For whatever reason, we went out there a few times, but I didn't have as much focused downtime. And not that I did a lot of time, it's just there was very little of that. And so when my schedule was full all the time.
So what are you going to do? How are you going to make
Well, I
that
don't
work
know. I
next year?
think that just making the commitment to just blocking off time to go, because it is going out to the lake or going wherever, just getting away for a day or two and having that little bit of a reset, or just backing off a little, I feel is really important in order to take that step above. Because I find for myself, when I'm just consumed in what I'm doing, I don't notice it's like the monotony of every day of just doing, that when I step away and I can see like, oh, okay, well, I'm kind of wasting time here. To get to the next level, I need to do this. So there's like a recognition of what's actually going on. So I do realize that. However, I also realize that I don't need to take weeks off in order to just recharge.
It's funny that you say that, because you and I have had conversations before where you're like, I don't believe in a weekend. But that's essentially what you're saying, is like taking 2 days off to reset and like regroup and then get back to it for the week. But in the summer we talked about this and you're like, oh yeah, weekends are dumb. You should work 7 days a week.
So I think the weekend, for the purpose of what most people's weekend means to them, which is just do the minimum amount of work all week so you can just veg out or take the weekend off. That's different than what I'm talking about. And I don't need it every week, but I also feel like just going out and having some fun but I actually have a lot of fun just with what I'm doing. So I'm enjoying it a lot more. It's not exhausting. It's tiring at times, but I know that I'm working towards something. And so it's not draining, the work that I'm doing and pushing. I've set some big goals. 2026 is another stepping stone towards those goals. And really 2027 is the year that I'm building up towards.
Okay.
And which is, it's going to be a lot of deals happen between now and then.
All right.
Yeah, so
I like it.
I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll figure it out. That was, and this came to my mind this morning when I was, coming back from the gym. I run to the gym, I walk back, and when I was walking back, there was the 3 F's. There was find a way, figure it out, and shit, what was the last F?
F off.
Not F off, F it. Find a way, figure it out.
Totally.
2 F's. There were 2 F's that I thought of. Find a way and figure it out. But it really is just making it work. Find a way. That's going to be my I think those are going to be the words to live by for myself.
So that's your mantra
in 2026. Is find a way. Just find a way and figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What steps did you take this year? Because a lot of people say to you, they're like, you are so busy. How do you do it? How do you manage to do all of this stuff? What kind of things do you do to prevent yourself from crashing out or losing your mind in this business?
Well, definitely what I consume. So what I eat makes a big difference on whether I crash out. I recognize that.
Okay.
So
Eating well then.
eating well, and when eating well is starting out, definitely that prioritize protein, definitely like starting out early. That makes a big difference. I start early. That helps a lot because if I can I call it front loading my day. The more I can get done in the first half of the day, the more enjoyable the second half of the day is. And if I don't hit my goals early during the day, I won't get done what I need to. So I think in 2026, that's going to be even more important to really focus in on those early activities, because what a lot of people will see is my afternoon, and that's just sort of when I'm out and about doing whatever. I mean, I'm out showing properties or I'm meeting with sellers, but they don't see everything that goes into it early in the day,
Right.
to give that, I guess, free time to be able to do that, because the afternoon stuff would not happen without the morning stuff.
Right.
And even like my Saturday mornings, I get so much done. I'll typically go into the office early. There's like 3 hours that I'll spend I just call it like my catch up. Catch up?
Mm-hmm.
Catch up. Sounds weird. That's a weird word.
Catch up.
Catch. C-A-T-C-H.
Not
U-A.
catch
U-P.
up.
Yeah. Anyways, I go there to catch up on whatever I haven't done for the week. And yeah, so I start early.
Okay.
But like literally by 8:30 or 9. And I've been trying to actually stay awake longer just to get more done, but I'm not as effective late in the day.
Right. Okay.
I know that. So just being more efficient with time, also leveraging myself. So by creating videos to bring in leads, by doing the online presence through social media and that, which we've way upped. That is like, I call it like, marketing, they call it one to many. So I can make one video and we can send it out multiple times and multiple people can see it, versus me having to try and make all these one-on-one connections, which I'm still doing. But if I'm going to grow my business, I need more of an inflow. So that's been paying off. That is definitely a focus. So 2026, we're going to do more of that.
Yes.
And yeah, so look out. If you think you're tired of seeing my face right now, it's going to get worse. Yeah, I'm going to be seeking
You're going to make people start paying for YouTube Premium so they don't see
They
your
are.
ads.
Yeah, YouTube, people are going to have their premium accounts so that they can stop seeing my ads. That's true. But it's working and it pays off. I think that getting people's attention and the amount of the frequency of the posts and what's actually required, and that's what I've learned. We've been doing social media posting and looking to use that as a source of business now for over 2 years, very consistently, and really started to see results since we upped the frequency, the number of posts. And
and it also just takes time. Like,
it takes time to build.
You can't just start posting for a month and then have like so much business and like have people notice you. Like you have to
and the
be
consistency.
consistent.
It's like you have to build the trust
Yeah.
from the people. But also I think within the algorithm starts to notice that, hey, this person is doing this, and so you just show up more. And there's no way to get from the 0 point to growth and to attention without going through that phase.
And I feel like a lot of people don't want to, like, they're hesitant to do social media because they might not be comfortable in front of a camera, or they don't really know how to do reels or edit videos.
You got to get over yourself.
But you just have to do it, because a lot of people are stuck with the old way of Instagram of just like doing these static posts. And if you just have that, nobody's going to be looking at your account. And like you were really uncomfortable when we first started.
I just had to get over myself.
We had to script every single video, but you've come so far.
We practiced a lot, but now we just go.
Yeah. So
is what it is.
Somewhere. Yeah.
This is what I'm like, so this is what you get. I'm not making this up.
Yeah.
So we'll do more of that.
Yeah.
I also feel that within the real estate market in general, there's a shift happening, and this is going to continue to happen, where I feel like the public in general are going to gravitate towards, I think there's going to be fewer agents doing more transactions. Like there's going to be individual agents that are doing a bulk of the business. It's not going to be spread out over as many. So I feel like if you're an agent in this industry, it's going to be a lot more challenging for the bottom 2/3 of the agents that are fighting over that business, because I feel like that bottom 2/3 piece of the pie is going to shrink, and the public or the consumer that needs real estate services is going to gravitate towards those that have a presence. So the ones where you see more of their signs, they're doing more marketing, they're doing more business, that is going to grow and compound for those agents, and it's going to become more and more difficult. So, and part of that is to do with AI and being able to leverage some of those tools to be able to handle a larger volume of business. And at least that's what I see. So if you're a new agent or an agent that's trying to grow and figure it out, you're going, it's not going to be, it's never been easy, this business, but I feel like it's going to be even harder. Yeah. The spread is,
well, it's different from how it used to be. Like, there wasn't all this social media marketing where you had to do reels and all this stuff. Like, way back when, we weren't doing that. Like, nobody really was. There was marketing, but not in this way with all this AI stuff.
Yeah. It was a lot more in the past of, if you were in the right place at the right time, like the consumer would have to come to the brokerage. So they would either have to call or phone in or email or even stop by the brokerage to find the agent.
Right.
Now, like, they turn on their feed and there are agents. Yeah. And so if you're an agent that's posting once or twice a week, those consumers won't remember you. They'll remember the agent that's posting 6 to 10 times a day. Yeah. Like multiple times a day. And that's just the reality. And so being able to do that, it's a full-time job to have that type of presence. And the thing is, you look at it and say, well, it doesn't actually cost anything, but it costs time. And in this business, we don't have a lot of time if I'm actually listing and selling property and helping buyers, there isn't time to do that. Yeah. So to leverage, like I say, leverage technology, leverage great people on our team that are able to do that. That's that. Yeah. One other thing that I was thinking about in moving forward in 2026, and why I'm really trying to come up with a plan to say, well, like, why would somebody choose me over, there's a lot of other great agents out there. Yeah. And so why would a home seller or a home buyer choose to work with me? And I think that probably one of the biggest benefits, when you work with an experienced agent, they are able to influence the process and the transaction in a different way because of experience than somebody that just hasn't done as much. And what I mean there is, if I am representing a seller and an offer comes in and we're looking how to respond, maybe counteroffer, or the conversation with that other agent, or maybe even the conversation with that other agent before they actually write an offer on the property, I feel like the position that I am able to come from, and just the confidence to be able to influence how that deal flows, how that offer is written, how it comes in, is a much greater and more beneficial position to my client because of my experience than it would be otherwise as an inexperienced agent, if that makes sense. Yeah. So also being able to move forward and not get stuck on stumbling blocks, because there's going to be roadblocks that come along, and we have to deal with them and move forward. So being able to move past challenges that could stop a deal, and just being able to resolve issues, work with the other agent, be that calming force within the transaction to make sure we're moving forward. I feel like after 25 years and hundreds of transactions and helping other agents as well work through this, that my ability to get a deal done, get an offer accepted, and then be able to move it to being unconditional and then closing is, I think that there's a lot of value there. And I think people are really starting to see that, because there's challenges that come along, but they're not problems. And so for some agents, these are problems, and it's very dramatic, it's high stress, and it's exhausting for them and their client. And I try to create a scenario that is, while it's not stress-free, it can be lower stress, and we'll figure it out. So that, my 2026 is definitely, I want to leverage that. I'm going to spend more time pointing that out as well, because it's something that can go overlooked, where a client may not know, why would I hire an experienced agent over a new agent? But at the same time, I was a new agent once. I had to get people to trust me. I had to earn their business. But at this point in my career, even though a seller might say, well, geez, it looks like you have a lot on your plate. You're doing a lot. You're busy. Why would we hire you? It's just because I've got that experience. I'm able to handle it. We move it forward. It goes smoothly. We've got the resources, the people, the inspectors, the appraisers, those connections to move forward. If there's a challenge with a deal, I need to talk to an appraiser, like, they take my call. I'm able to get things done, talk to lawyers, and that's worth a lot. It's just having that confidence to pick up the phone and call and get answers and move things ahead quickly, versus being just paralyzed in fear of the unknown.
Totally.
So I've talked enough about that.
Yeah.
What else? What's fun? There's no snow at Mount Washington
Yeah, and we're
yet.
supposed to be
Going up there in a week or so. Who knows? Maybe. But when it does snow, maybe lots will come. I don't know. That's okay.
Yeah.
Put up my Christmas lights. I went for the permanent Christmas lights so they wouldn't have to put up the other ones. And then I put up those ones too. So, hey, it's like you can almost see our house from space. So if you're out and about, drive down Craig Street. Take a look. Yeah.
Totally.
Pretty proud of that. Yeah, it's all lit up.
Okay.
It's Christmas season, Christmas parties. Embrace that. I'm going to just go out. When in doubt, go out. So I'm going to continue with that.
Okay.
That's going to be, I'm still going to stick with that, when in doubt, go out, but that also to figure it out. Those are I'm going to keep doing that. I keep hearing the messaging that, oh, if you want to grow, you have to say no. And I don't know about that. I do believe there are certain things to say no to, but if you're too busy saying no, I think you miss out. And so I'm still saying yes.
Good.
Till I crash and burn, but we'll see. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
All right.
There might be a point. That's the point of overwhelm. Well, I've broken through that a few times. We'll see. More to come.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's it. Thanks again for watching, and we'll be back with more. You're going to see more of my face in 2026, so look forward to that.